I am just shocked at how bad Kate looks for 44 years of age. And you have to take into account that she's got maids, servants, ladies in waiting at her beck and call. Someone pays her bills, someone pays her water bills, gas heating bills, someone cooks her tea, someone washes up for her, someone cleans for her, someone takes her children to school for her. Accounting to that, George and Charlotte are now at boarding school. And I just can't believe she's 44 and she's never done a decent day's work in her life. Now, don't get me wrong, if she'd have grafted in her life, fair enough, but she's never done a decent day's work, yet she's ended up looking like this. And I'm not being funny, Meghan, she's got nothing to worry about. I don't know why people crucify Meghan and slaughter her, because she's absolutely breathtaking, yet all the trolls and the fans stick up for this woman who's aging like milk every day. I mean, you've got to remember when Kate Middleton got married, her mother Carol was 53, 54, and she looked a hell of a lot better than this, and Kate's only 44. So I'm just wondering when George, Charlotte and Louis get married to all their lovely young partners, it's going to be a slap in the face for Kate, because she's going to be there all old and haggard and withered, and all their lovely girlfriends and Charlotte's boyfriend, they're all going to be young, healthy skin, and she's not going to like it. And I wouldn't actually be surprised if she made less appearances later on down the line, because as you know, when you're the future king and queen, Charles and Camilla go out, the Queen and Philip went out, and she won't be able to hide away because she signed up for this. And just because your looks go, Kate, you'll have to just get on with it like everyone else does in the world. We don't all have that luxury of facelifts and Botox and hairdressers on standby to maintain your wig. And also, I just thought her arm looked really weird. She's got so much muscle for a cancer patient. I always thought when you had cancer, you withered away. Yet look at her arm, the muscle, and I just don't think she's had it. And remember, just after she finished her chemotherapy treatment, they said, oh yes, Kate's going back into the gym. And I thought, well, hang on. I think it's a bit strenuous going in the gym just after you finish chemo. And again, that just didn't add up to me. And I don't think she's had it still, because she's got too much muscle on her to have had cancer. When you look at Meghan's arm, there's no bits of gristle. It's all lovely and lean. Meghan's arms are fantastic. I don't know what she does, but obviously she works a lot harder than Kate. She's used her arms in life to do stuff. And I think Kate's just been lazy over the years. And I think her body's just collapsing because she's not done enough. They always say people that do less age worse. And I believe that actually when I look at this. But when I compare Meghan from her wedding appearance in 2018, a wedding on the 4th of August, and this one, there's such a vast difference. And it's not just the outfit. It's the outfit, the accessories, the face. So look at Meghan's face. It's not all sunk in, it's all up, it's all fresh, very minimal makeup. The sunglasses were a fantastic feature on this outfit. And just how she composes herself, her structure and her posture is fantastic. She'll never get a hunchback because she's so elegant and swan-like. She's almost unreal. She's too good to be true, really. And then you get Kate over here, and again, as usual, it's the tiny waist. I don't know what her obsession is with her waist. Yes, I think we'd all like a waist like that, definitely, but I don't think there's such a need to parade it off all the time, because this is all we get all the time. Big padded shoulders, everyone knows that's going to accentuate it, and then when you flare the dress out at the bottom, it's going to accentuate it even more. And obviously, good on her for having that waist, but when you're a royal family member, you have other priorities in your life other than focusing and showing off your waist. It's almost like Kate just lives for her looks. She just lives on trying to look her best rather than trying to make a difference in the world. Because she said that once, oh, I want people to focus on my work, not my wardrobe. Yet we had her go to the National Portrait Gallery, and she had a pair of black wide leg trousers on and a brown blazer, and everyone said how bad she looked because they'd had to strip her down a notch, and it wasn't Kate. And someone said, oh my goodness, she looks so average and normal. I mean, what's so special? And after that, they had to clutter her again and vamp up her outfits because people saw how plain she was. She's plain Jane. Everyone says, oh, she's so stunning. Yes, she's nice when she's got all the bits and gadgets on, all the earrings and the necklaces and the padded shoulders. You got to take it away, guys. I think you can only go on someone's looks and say they're beautiful if you strip them down. It's a bit like a car. Have a car and you take everything out of it and you strip it and you see how good it is at the end. And Meghan's like that. She's been on podcasts without her makeup. We won't see Kate ever without her makeup on. There's not one day that goes by where she goes out on an engagement or an event. We never see her without her makeup. And yesterday she was absolutely packed in the stuff. Lipstick, bronzer, eyeliner, eyeshadow, her eyebrows, everything. Yet she looked a disaster still. She had huge earrings in, Diana's bracelet on as per usual. She always has to get something in about Diana. And the hat was very Meghan-y. It looked very Audrey Hepburn American style. And the dress, £750. I'd be upset for that price. I think what an absolute rip-off. It was disgusting, the dress. It had nothing positive about it to say, really. There was nothing. And then just her face. It's like the Leaning Tower of Pisa. Every day it's just sliding over more and more, and it's just going to crumble one day. And I don't know what they can do, actually, the surgeons. Perhaps they've told her, look, you've ruined your face by bulimia and smoking all the time and drinking, and there's not much we can do. We can give you a facelift, but it will never be permanent. I don't know what Kate's done to get this old. I really can't understand what Meghan's done right and what Kate's done wrong, because Meghan doesn't look like this. She still looks absolutely fantastic. And Kate, she looks like she's had the life knocked out of her. Someone said she still looks really ill. I don't know what it is. And obviously someone said trust Kate to make the day all about her, because when she left, she waved at all the crowds and kept turning around at the public. And I thought, just cool it down a bit, Kate. It's not your day, it's Harriet's day. And it was almost like she wanted all eyes and all the attention to be on her. But as we all know, it's the bride and groom. But with Kate, it was all about her and how she got out the Audi and how she got back in. And it was just a bit sickening, really, to watch, because someone said this woman isn't vain and vulgar, but she is. You can just see it on her face. She craves attention, limelight. She loves being in the public eye when people go, Kate, Kate. And obviously when you see this video on YouTube of Meghan and Harry arriving, there's 3 photographers and they're literally running across the road and they're running down the side of the church wall to capture a picture of Meghan. Now, we didn't have that with Kate, but I just thought yesterday that they were going to try and recreate this wedding that Harry and Meghan went to, because it was a showstopper. Everyone went crazy. The press knew that they were coming, but they just went mad for Meghan. They absolutely went crazy. And I just think Kate wants what Meghan had that day, that attention, everyone screaming her name. There were a few cheers, but as someone said, it's probably higher, a crowd in there somewhere. But I mean, Kate, if she's like this at 44, there's no hope for her at 50, I'm afraid. And she's not gonna like Louis and George's girlfriends when they come along. We all know she doesn't like pretty young girls. Anyone that outshines her, they're not going to be in Kate's good books. I actually don't know what she's going to do to make herself look more presentable for her children's weddings. I mean, say George gets married at 27, so he's coming up for 13. That's 14 years. 14 years, so put 14 years on 44, that's 58. 58. What is she going to look like at 58? Let me know in the comments. Kate Middleton looked shocking yesterday at the wedding of Peter Phillips and Harriet Spurling. I can't believe actually she's 44. This woman looks a good 60 to me, and I'm not being horrible, I'm telling the truth here, guys. I literally said to one of my other contacts, I said, I can just see Kate going all out, blazing guns with her wedding outfit. And I was wrong. And it was the complete opposite. And it just shows you that Kate Middleton has to be cluttered and has to be put in the right certain clothes and outfits to look half decent. Because this doesn't look like the woman that went to Italy. It looks like a completely different person. And one, obviously the wig's away from her face, which makes it look 10 times worse. But I just thought the dress, £750 from Roland Murray. And we all know Roland Murray first knew Meghan. She was a friend of his. And he went on to Kate's side and said, no, I want to dress the Princess of Wales instead of you. So Meghan, ever since, hasn't worn Roland Murray. And obviously it was a dig at Meghan yesterday wearing that certain designer. Also the colour again, it was very light, just like she wore to Meghan's wedding. I don't know why she keeps wearing really light colours like that. Even a pale blue would have been suitable like Sophie had on, but she's always got to go for nudes and creams, trying to get as closest colour to the bride. And I just thought it was a car crash, really, the whole outfit look. They got there in an Audi and they said that they drove there themselves. So basically they went by helicopter, and obviously there was a car lined up for them. William jumped in, drove him and Kate there. But the outfit, and the Daily Mail said, oh yes, Kate Middleton nailed this look yesterday. Oh, Kate Middleton dazzled. What are you talking about? This isn't dazzling. This isn't nailing the look. This is terrifying, actually, because for someone that's got so much money and so much time on her hands, Kate, and she ends up looking like this at a wedding, and obviously people are going to say, well, she had to dress down because she didn't want to outshine the bride. She didn't dress down at Meghan's wedding. She went full guns blazing there. Alexander McQueen, fascinator, the hair was down. She went all out. So why here at Harriet's? And I'm shocked because Harriet's really, really beautiful. And you know what Kate's like with other women, she gets really jealous and threatened. And I was expecting her to turn up in something really tight-fitted, huge shoulder pads, clinched in waist. Obviously we saw her waist. And obviously with this dress, because it was flared out at the bottom, it accentuated her waist more. But I was expecting something really, really show-stopping. And her outfits have been really poor lately. We had her at the cancer reception in the Rodarte dress, the red one. We had her in the blue London dress at the Cancer Centre Hospital the other day. And now we've got this. She's literally dressing like a grandma, Kate. Someone else said that. It looks like she's gone and raided grandma's attic. And I don't know what's happening, because one minute either she's wearing a suit with ridiculous high heels and she dresses all modern, and the next minute she goes to all motherly and matronly and frumpy. So she's not consistent, Kate. It's always all or nothing, really. Either she looks where she's trying to make an effort, or she literally just throws something on really quickly and she looks shocking. And the outfit was disgusting. I didn't actually like it at all. Probably the best thing about the whole look was the shoes. And another point I will point out, guys, is her clutch bag, Kate's. It was forever lily woven clutch bag. So she even had to get a clutch bag called Lily. And we all know whose birthday it was this week. Meghan's daughter. Really? Why can't this woman stop taking pot shots at Meghan through her outfits? What are the chances that Kate is just going to happen to have a clutch bag named Lily? That's the design of the bag. And I thought, really? And it just shows you the birthday photos have upset her. And I thought up close, Kate's jowls were really bad. Her eye bags were shocking. I don't know if anyone noticed her arms, the skin. Ugh. And someone else said that. Why she got so much muscle if she's supposedly gone through cancer treatment? When you've had cancer, you lose your muscle waste. It just goes. You don't keep it. Yet Kate's got these huge muscles in her arms. And I'm thinking, you haven't had cancer, because they should be like pins. There should be no muscle in there at all. It should just be bone. And the outfit, again, just, it was a washout. It washed her out. The hat I thought was very Meghan-y. So if you look up Meghan Markle Troop in the Colour 2022, when she came back with Harry, if you look at that hat, it's very similar to this one. So I think that's where she's got her take on this. Also, her face, 44. I can't understand how she can look this bad at 44. She's done nothing in her life. She's never lifted a finger. She's got everyone else doing her job for her. And she looks horrific. And then everyone goes, oh, she looks stunning. Oh my goodness, she looked absolutely breathtaking. I'm sorry, Meghan is the breathtaking one. Absolutely beautiful she was. So this was at Charlie Strauss and Bee's wedding, and Harry and Meghan attended, and obviously they turned up separately, so they didn't try and take all the limelight away from the groom and bride. And her look, it was absolutely, she nailed it. And this is what they've said about Kate, when really Meghan nailed the look. So the fascinator, the sunglasses, the dress, the clutch bag, the Aquazzura shoes, the belt, Harry, his outfit, it was absolutely incredible. They actually looked better than the Beckhams. I don't know why everyone fawns over the Beckhams, but Harry and Meghan just put them in the shade that day. And this was back in August 2018, and it was actually Meghan's birthday. And she wore navy, and I thought, well, that's a decent colour to wear, because you're not trying to get a colour that's similar to the bride, and you're not wearing a colour that you're going to stand out from everyone else. And I think people should do this comparison, because when you see both duchesses, and all I'm going to get is, well, Meghan was younger than Kate here. I don't care. Meghan still looks like she did the day she first met Harry, I'm afraid. She hasn't aged a drop. And this look, people say this is dazzling. This isn't dazzling. This one's dazzling. Yet the press, the media, the Kate fans, you all fawn over Kate like she's stunning, when really it's Meghan. I mean, can you imagine if Meghan had worn this outfit of Kate's? You'd have all laughed. But because Kate wore it, you're all praising her. You're so biased on her and hypocritical. So Kate looks wonderful in the outfit, but I can tell you now, if Meghan had worn this outfit, you'd have all criticised her and said, oh my goodness, she looked such a wreck at the wedding, goodness gracious. And another thing, I don't know why everyone had to involve Harry and Meghan's name yesterday in all the articles about Harriet and Peter's wedding. Oh, Harry wasn't invited. Peter and Harry have ended their friendship and everything. Why do you keep involving Harry and Meghan's name in every article? Is it because you know you're going to get clicks? Is it because you know no one's going to read it unless Harry and Meghan's name in it? That's the reason. It has to be, because they've been gone 6 years and the press still have to involve Harry and Meghan in an event when they weren't even at it. And I thought, really? And they're obsessed. The press are obsessed with Harry and Meghan because they know that's the gold mine. They're making the money and they're going to get the clicks. And I just thought Kate's look, I can't believe how bad she looks. But when you look back at Meghan from 2018 at the wedding, absolutely drop dead gorgeous. I mean, this is why if Meghan and Harry were still in the institution, you could never have Kate and Meghan going to that wedding together, because you'd see the contrast, the difference. There's such a huge difference between Meghan and Kate. Meghan looks a day under 35 and Kate looks a day over 60. And I don't know what she's done wrong. I don't know if it's her eating disorder or her drinking or her bulimia or the smoking. We all know she smokes. And this is why they always had to keep Meghan away from Kate, because when you put the two together, You know which one's the showstopper, and that's Meghan. But my God, if Kate looks like this at 44, there's no hope for her looking good at all of her children's weddings further on down the line. It's going to be a car crash, guys. Wait and see.
Meghan and Harry's Oprah interview, where we found out a lot of information from behind the scenes. I have people in my mentions yelling at me that Meghan and Harry lied. But there are a few reasons that I know that they were telling the truth. The first is that Meghan said Kate wrote her an apology, and she has that apology note. So if the press ever starts to spin that story up again about how Kate made Meghan cry, I guarantee you we will see the proof of the note that Kate wrote. And the second reason that I know they're not lying is because of the video that was taken during this moment, during the Queen's funeral walkabout. You know, the moment that Kate said was the hardest moment of her life. The way that the Kate mean girl came out to play in this moment is how I knew Meghan was not lying, that she was cold and icy to her.